So there are limitations of the human donor cornea because of the limited supply, the risk of graft rejection, post-op complications, corneal neovascularization, high astigmatism after suture removal, need for topical steroids, and necessity for long-term follow-up. So we worked on this BPCDX cornea. It is already got approval from Cedesco. Will be available very soon commercially. I think in the next 3 months. It is basically made from clinical grade collagen type 1 and it is cross-linked also. Looks pretty much like a contact lens. Is available in 12 millimeter diameter and then you have various thickness 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500 microns. And when in bottle, the shelf life is 2 years. We have a follow-up of more than 7 years now. Uh, we've done all the quality check tests which are required routinely in vivo, ex vivo on animal models, etc. Light transmission is similar to the human cornea. Scanning electron microscopy also shows very little difference, which is there in thickness as well as in spacing, but otherwise looks pretty much like the porcine cornea. You would ask why porcine cornea? The answer is very simple. Porcine is the only source which has been approved by FDA. So that is why porcine cornea. Uh, Again, the cells adhere quite well. This is important because the epithelial cells uh, adhere have to adhere to it. In all the pachymetry studies, the Butachem, the confocal studies have already been done in the animals. Now just have a look at this. This is the biosynthetic cornea. So the cells will populate around it here like this, although they will not populate within the synthetic material. And we use femtosecond laser, but you do it manually as well. So you use a femtosecond laser to create a pocket, but manual pockets can also be created and they do equally well. And after measuring it, same size synthetic cornea is taken. When tryphanate it using your tryphanations, fold it, unfold it inside, and then put a bandage contact lens over it. So it's absolutely sutureless. This is the sandwiched biosynthetic cornea. Then this is a case of keratoconus with pellucid marginal degeneration. So again, here what you have to do is create a pocket right up to the periphery. So this is being created right up to the periphery because you have a pellucid marginal degeneration there in the periphery, and the offset is 100 microns. This patient also had cataract, so cataract surgery was done at a later date. But again, the principle is essentially the same. You open the pocket that has been created previously, take the biosynthetic cornea, place it intrastromally inside, go right up to the edge, and then put a bandage contact lens. Cataract surgery was done 3 months down the line, but just to show that it is possible to do cataract surgery also at a later date with foldable intraocular lens implantation. Again, the results are quite good. So from 85 K max, you decrease to 57, and notice that this has become very regular as compared to this. And this is our longest follow-up, 7 years down the line, and the only thing that you can see is the deposits which are present peripherally. Even for post-LASIK ectasia, we have tried by actually elevating the flap up, measuring the size of the bed which is there, putting the biosynthetic cornea which is now placed, and then putting the flap back. So it is again sandwiched. Notice that the residual bed thickness is really less here, and that is why ectasia occurred. So this is sandwiched between the bed and the flap. And again, we do have good results. Kmax from 89 became 50, and pachymetry from 240 increased to 580. Confocal microscopy will see, you will be able to see the nerves above and the endothelium below. And we are now trying to grow endothelial cells on this so that we can have a complete corneal construct. We published our initial results with a group from Tehran in Nature Biotechnology, and there were no rejections, inflammation, vascularization, or scarring in any subject. Now, to correct the refractive errors, we've even done excimer laser on the top for two patients with good results, and we compared it with the intrastomal keratoplasty with human eyes as well, and all the parameters were comparable except for the central corneal thickness, which is understandable because it does not undergo attrition over a period of time like human donor cornea, which will keep becoming thinner and thinner over a period of time. So this is just to show the biosynthetic lenticule, and astigmatism, KMax, higher order aberrations were all comparable. So again, to show the same. And this was a publication on comparing human donor corneas with biosynthetic corneas in advanced keratoconus. So I think uh, it is feasible to do it. And of course, we have to work up price, and the price cannot be very expensive. Otherwise, it is really of no use because these patients are not going to be from a very high economic, socioeconomic status, and they do chronically better as compared to human donor corneas in terms of support. So, thank you very much. What you require is a corneal thickness of more than 250 plus microns because you put it at a level of 100 microns.
Difficulties while doing the surgery? Difficulties while doing the surgery? While putting the lenticule in, what are the issues that you have faced? And what is the protocol for the cross-linking that you're following for the lenticule, the double cross-linking?
So, no, it is already doubly cross-linked. So, we are not cross-linking the synthetic cornea to the human donor cornea. But as such, there are no problems that we face except that you have to fold it and then unfold it inside intrastromally. Uh, it does well and there are no problem. And then put a bandage contact lens. Only thing is in post LASIK ectasia case, because the flap becomes quite edematous, so you have to put a suture over there. You can't leave it like that unsutured. That was the only problem which was there. We didn't have to explant any. There was no extrusions like we have with Intax because it is like a splinted thing present sandwiched intrastromally, and there were no infections. We really don't know how it will respond to infections or to immunologic reactions. Uh, that we will know only in due course of time because we didn't have any instance.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
You could be just showstopper and not present.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.